Hold on, guys. One mic at a time. One mic at a time.
Women give
One mic at a time.
ourselves way too much credit.
Pearl, is your man rich?
Come on now. We need to emotionally.
Pearl, is your average man rich?
We need to get emotional support from men. I don't really think men need emotional support from us. Women just like taking credit.
Okay, so
They
is
do
your
need
average man
emotional
rich?
support
Pearl?
from us.
Pearl, my question, is your average man rich?
And they do need emotion. Everyone needs emotional support once in a while. Doesn't matter if it's a man or a female. We all need a partner, someone that we can rely on as a comfort to. You'd be like, you know what? I'm feeling some type of way right now.
I know.
I need to unwind, and your partner's supposed to help you.
But men don't look to us for that. Men can't because women.
I don't know what
women. No. Wait. Because women use that emotion against men later. I've heard this from so many guys.
But men do that too.
Where they open, no.
Men do that too.
Where men open up to us and then we use it against them. So many guys
men do it too.
I'm sorry, I've experienced firsthand a man using every single thing. He asks me to be to open up because I'm very closed off. And then before you know it, he's using it for my
do you
face.
think women...
Yeah, he's a
gaslighting me, manipulating, blackmailing. So at the end of the day, men do the same thing as women do. So we can't say that it's just one gender and keep putting it on the women and say that women are gold diggers but men are not gold diggers.
You haven't answered my question, Pearl.
Do you know what I think, actually?
How rich is your average man, Pearl?
That doesn't have to do with the...
What? Do you know,
it kind of does. We're talking about gold
So
diggers,
it's nature and nurture. I think it's nature and nurture. What you grow up with, the values that you grow up learning.
Do women find vulnerability in men sexy?
Yourself.
Do women find vulnerability in men sexy?
Yes,
I do. Yes, hundreds.
I want to hear from you. What specifically happened where this guy used your vulnerability against you? I want to hear the story.
I'm not going into that because at the end of
the because it's not true.
It's not. Okay.
She just wants to keep it personal.
No, I like to keep my shit personal because that shit ended up being domestic. So not only did he fucking abuse me mentally, yes, I did actually. ABH. I have all the photos. I have all the proof, and I was supposed to take him to court, but I dropped the charges because of his little girl. Thank you very much. So don't try to come to me when I can actually get all the proof.
I'll tell you. Domestic violence is very, very...
And I can get all the emails up, and I can get every single fucking thing up. So please don't. Because at the end of the day...
One mic at a time. One mic at a time. One mic at a time.
Because I'm not about to take a father away from a child. This little girl was special. All I thought about...
What if he hits her? This is why it's so full of shit.
I did think that, but there is so many things that are behind it that I'm not going to go into it. There's so many things behind it I'm not going into.
There's a lot of personal stuff that,
I do not need to explain myself to you. I don't need to explain myself to you.
I don't really care, but it's just okay.
So why are you digging at me? Why are you trying to come at me and say that it's not true? Was you the one that got beaten? Was you the one with a broken jaw? Was you the one with a broken rib and a fucked up jaw?
Oh, Pearl, come on, man.
Oh my God.
But this is why, because if he really was this dangerous, evil guy, you would have pressed charges.
No, Pearl. There's several levels to an abusive relationship, and if you've not been in one, you can't comment on it. It's a very sensitive,
100%. You're acting as if you know upon something that you haven't been through.
I've done this.
You know karma's a bitch, right?
Oh, have you been in an abusive relationship?
Have you been in an abusive relationship? Have you been in one? Have you been in one where
okay, ladies, all right, look, hold on. Hey, everybody, everybody shut the fuck up for 2 seconds, okay?
Whoa.
Let's go, because you guys talk too goddamn much and it's hurting my ears and the audience. I'll just objectively say this and then you guys can go back to saying what you're saying. But studies have shown this, that typically when there's abusive relationships, 9 out of 10 times, it's both parties are beating on each other. And if there's one party beating on the other, right? Most of the time, not saying this is your situation, so don't get triggered, but most of the time when there's one party beating on the other, it's typically the woman beating on the man, not the other way around, contrary to popular belief. A lot of people think it's the man beating on the woman, but 9 out of 10 times if the man's beating on the woman, it's the woman also beating on him.
Now,
can I say something?
It's both. That's a fact, by the way.
Because this happened to me. I've been doing this for a year now, okay? I stopped in November, okay? And I'll tell you what. I couldn't believe women never file police reports on these evil, abusive men. If they're so abusive, file a police report. Why would you want an evil, abusive man out there?
You filed a police report,
He could hit, but why didn't you press charges?
But he told you the reason.
Look, I don't know you personally, so maybe you're the exception. Doubt it. But it's like, okay, literally, you can go to the cops and they can put these guys in jail if they're abusive. Why don't you go do it? They never do.
Well, unfortunately, we're emotional creatures, innit? But I wanted to ask you, Pearl, did your demonetization mean you that you end up with an average man? Did it open up your pool?
Yeah, I'm unemployed, so it's like anyone makes more.
So hold on.
It's like when you're in the negative. Everyone's
a big reason why a lot of them don't go to the police is because they're both attacking each other. And both of them could go to jail.
It wasn't that. My reason.
You don't have to explain yourself. You said that earlier, right? That's fine.
Yeah.
You don't have to. I'm just telling you the overall situation.
Different to that. I know that. Yes, both parties kind of end up being violent and everything like that.
Most of the time.
And I've seen it. I know those that have been in domestic relationships themselves. But when it ended up happening to me, I was shocked because it happened out of nowhere. When it comes to the mental and the emotional, that was already hard enough as it is. And I was trying to break away and I was trying to get myself away from that person. But there is so many things behind the scenes that I don't want to go into, and I won't go into, that played a massive factor.
But then why would you bring it up? But if you don't want to go into it, why do you? I don't understand.
Because I'm trying to let you know that there are men out there.
I just wouldn't bring something up I didn't want to go into.
Because I don't have to go into the rest of it. You're just trying to dig. And you've never experienced it yourself.
Mana,
you never experienced it yourself.
Mana, espera. Espera. Não, ela é mal educada, não te preocupes. Hold on. Espera, ouve. I swear, Pearl, 2 seconds, because I swear BB works with people that are at risk, especially victims and things like this. So actually, maybe you could give an input, isn't it?
So what it is with the the domestic violence and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Up until as of recent, only the things you could only go to the police like when it got violent, but now domestic abuse is the mental.
When did the law change?
Hold on.
The coercive control.
What year did the law change?
Hold on, you're talking to a professional. Relax.
Coercive control, the abuse, all that.
Coercive.
You're being narcissistic.
No,
can you relax? Can you relax?
No, because it doesn't matter if they're professionals if they don't know shit. Because the problem is,
because you've been doing it for
she wasn't able to complete a sentence.
But let her cook.
No, because the problem is that feminists get into these institutions and they change the definition of words. So abusive used to be one-sided. One person's hitting the other. That's it. That's what abuse is supposed to be.
No, but abuse is so many different levels. It's not just, you get a smack and that's abuse. No,
BB, I'm sorry.
Abuse is the mental, it's the emotional, it's the physical.
Can she finish?
BB, I'm sorry that Pearl has been doing this for a year and therefore she knows that what you're talking about.
Yeah, sorry. She's way more knowledgeable than a professional.
Can she finish her sentence, please?
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so like up until abuse many factors of things will come out in abuse. Like it might not have to be just physical. It's not always just physical. It's mental. It's coercive control. But it's only as of recent we've been taught that these things are abuse. Before it was, it's just, did he hit you? It's not about just did he hit you physically.
It's everything that leads to that point.
Can I go now?
It's everything that leads to that part.
So also,
it's crazy.
We don't want to condone violence, of course, and what happened to you sucks. But that's dangerous because now we're saying it could be mental and verbal. That is crazy, my guy.
Without you knowing, you're stuck and you're stuck somewhere and you don't know what the fuck is going on.
It all contributes.
You want to leave. You know you want to leave.
No, but this is the problem. They switched.
You can't. It's mad.
No, because feminists got into these institutions and they switched the definition. So it used to, and it is real abuse is really one person's hitting the other's not hitting them.
No, that's not just abuse.
That's emotional abuse as well.
That's not just abuse.
It's my turn. It's my turn. It's my turn.
Oh my God.
It's my turn.
I understood that.
No, you never.
You comprende.
And this is the problem. This is okay. And so what they did was they expanded the definition, and what they did in the family court system was they made it a balance of probability. So meaning one judge can go in there and say if it's more likely that she was abused, then not more likely, basically, that the guy is guilty. And so what they'll do is financial abuse. Oh, he didn't let you spend whatever you want on your credit card. Oh, you've been abused.
Paul, come on.
No, this is true. I've interviewed the guys. I've seen the court documents.
How do you know they're telling the truth?
Have you ever tried to interview and get to know the women and what's going on with them and how much it tears you down?
But this is the problem. Women are so used to being able to falsely accuse men that if they're ever called out on it,
that
they
happens.
just get mad.
It does happen, but there are.
It's really to the point where I
can't wait to see what your relationship ends like, Pearl.
She won't be.
I can't wait.
I mean,
because you seem to have a lot of the answers.
What is that? We're talking about abuse.
No, I'm talking about just things in general because you talk with such certainty that you don't even know.
Guys.
I'm telling you, listen.
Guys. Basically, what the premise was is that the definition of abuse has shifted over the years to take a more subjective approach, which can be dangerous because it's based off of how you feel versus what's real, and that's very dangerous. Because we know women are emotional, and it's like, oh, you pissed me off, so I feel this way, so I feel like I'm being abused, and it's dangerous.
But what's more dangerous is you talking like this. Mano, espera aí. What's more dangerous is you talking like this, same things like Pearl is saying, because now you're taking the voices away from people that actually need it. Wait, Pearl, it's my turn. Pearl, it's my turn.
I'll let you go.
But
only if I can go after.
It's my turn. What I find very interesting, is that, for example, Pearl, you have a lot of experience here for 1 year speaking to so many different men, but you've probably only had like 1 or 2 relationships that probably were not that serious. So when it comes to the emotional connection with a man, that experience of yours might just be limited. Because I haven't finished. I still haven't finished. You're getting triggered. Pearl is getting triggered.
You have to attack the argument and not the person.
No, I'm attacking. No, listen.
No, it's fine.
No, but the thing is, she's devaluing what someone's gone through. Do you see what I'm saying? To say that you didn't go through that as if you were fucking there, as if you're the one that ended up with the bruises and all that shit in your body.
Relax, man. Relax.
Is that?
Why does it have to go back to her personal life?
If you're gonna make a point, ladies, right? Look, no. You're not saying anything. What I'm saying is this. You can't attack the person personally. Like, if you're going to go ahead and argue a point, argue the point. Don't say, oh, well, you XYZ, so whatever. That doesn't make sense. You don't have to be a mathematician to say 1 + 1 is 2.
I know, but can I tell you why I said that? Because it's the same way that you can't attack and discredit a person because she is a woman, because women are stupid, or because women shouldn't vote, or because women shouldn't, or because women are more emotional.
No one did that.
But in general, you are generalizing. So when you generalize to discredit women that are talking about abuse because women are more emotional, then I'll discredit somebody that is saying the same thing but doesn't even have the experience that she should have.
Because what she said was,
we all discredit each other.
And then she's trying to gaslight to say that I didn't go through what I went through. To say, oh yeah, I doubt it. I highly doubt it. Like, how are you going to tell me you highly doubt it?
Shut the fuck up. Holy shit. When I'm fucking talking, shut the fuck up. I don't know what you guys think this is, but I got to fucking put my foot down because you guys are hurting the quality of the show and just fucking yelling a bunch of nonsense.
That was sexy.
Okay?
That was the most red pill moment of the whole show.
Incredible. Because the thing is that you guys are trying to twist what she's saying. She's simply saying that the term abuse has been changed and bastardized to basically fit and mold female emotions, right? So that it can hit a wider net of men. For example, it used to be, I'm good, just attacking, right? Which obviously we don't condone that. It's terrible. However, now it's morphed into, he's not giving me a credit card. Oh, it's emotional abuse, etc. How can you sit there of court of law and define emotional abuse? What's the litmus test for that? What is the barometer? How do you identify it?
The same way that racial discrimination has evolved because you learn more. The more you know, the more you evolve.
Not many people
can we please,
much knowledge
hold
for women with ADHD.
All she's saying, because you're fantastic at trying to transition an argument. All she's saying is that the term abuse has morphed, thanks to the family court, to destroy more men. That's all she's saying.
I just think people are more knowledgeable to notice.
No,
not
it's
just
absolutely
physical.
subjective.
It's not just
Because
physical
you're
now.
talking about if it's against the man, it's not against the man. That is something to protect everybody.
Psychological.
Because
It's a psychological thing.
the legal terms. for
Wait.
abuse
Then
are-
why don't men do
why are you
it?
cutting me off
it's
before I
only
finish,
because
bro?
you're saying stupid shit.
Because men are embarrassed to tell people that their woman beats them. What man is going to
But
go?
it's not just beating, though, is it? It's not just physical. That's what we're saying.
Even okay.
No, but
Wait,
women
can I
What
actually-
man is going to go to the
abusive
court?
as well.
Listen, what man is going to go to
Some
the court
women are very abusive, I've seen it.
Oh, yeah,
what
no, of course,
man
but-
is going to go and say, by the way, my woman doesn't let me spend my money. My woman calls me names and I cry sometimes. Or my woman does this to me. My woman treats me like a bitch. Most
right.
men will never say that.
The important- but
actually.
the important
and those
point-
things are in place so that both men
And
and
it-
women can take advantage of it.
But the important point
Takes
is
a
not.
lot
The
of
important
strength
point
to say
is
it.
the
Yeah.
important point is how do you define coercive control? The important point is not what her dating relationship status is or any of that. The important point is how do you define coercive control?
I don't know. I guess you'll have to
How do you,
experience it, maybe.
no, how do you define it? Because that's the important point. Because if the definition has been, redefined now of abuse, and it now includes this thing
You
called
start
coercive
seeing
control.
that this person is more and more isolating you into the point that
But is it-
you've got no one else but like that one, and it's disgusting because I've gone through it,
Yeah.
but I've also had guy mates that have opened up to me, and
That they've gone through it.
and I'm like, this is it's crazy because I didn't think it would happen like that to men as well. But like that's what I'm saying. It's not just the reason why abuse has been opened up is because more knowledge has been noticed that like this is not just physical.
I'll tell you what.
It's
I'll
like
tell you
with
what. I'll tell you
parents
what.
and
I'll
kids.
tell you what.
It's
You
like
guys-
when you raise your children.
You guys just go
Not
on for like a
many-
million
not many-
minutes. So I'm
not
gonna cut
many-
you. I'm gonna no. I pay for this whole studio. So shh. Now
Because you're wrong. Because you're wrong. So because you're wrong and you don't like the fact that you're getting corrected on the thing that you're wrong because
You're
you
the one
did
that's
1
wrong
year.
anyway. I don't really care.
You did 1
So
year, now you know something that someone
Okay,
else has
guys,
gone through.
I'll
what
tell you,
it's
I'll tell you
like.
Real quick, Pearl, you go next, but we're gonna go to Rumble, guys. So, guys, YouTube is gonna be shut off. Let's go to Rumble. Rumble, guys. Let's go over to Rumble.
Thank you. We need a break.
Okay, yeah.
No,
Go
because
ahead.
A break? No.
no, it doesn't. It's not a break. It's just gonna go.
Yeah.
No, here's the problem. Women used to be able to take L's and just take them and move on. But now women want to legally pursue L's. And I think our grandmothers, our great grandmothers, they would take an L and say that was an L and move on.
Camera guys.
But the problem is with oh, okay. It's okay. But the problem is with our generation of women, we want to legally, a guy's controlling everything you do, and maybe something happens you didn't like. Now you want to take it to court, take his kids away, take half his shit, and then go around on the internet and call him abusive.
Oh yeah.
Now before,
if that's what I wanted to do, why did I take the charges
We just
off?
used to. I don't know who you are.
Exactly.
I don't know who you are. I don't
Exactly.
really
So
care.
you're chatting
but I'm
out your
talking. I'm
arse,
talking.
man.
No,
You're chatting out
I'm
your
not
arse.
chatting
You
out of
don't
my.
know.
I'm
Yeah,
not
you
chatting out of my
are.
ass.
Yeah, you
because,
are.
Okay.
'Cause you're right now, you're
What
wrong.
research?
It's like-
What research have you
So
done?
it's
What
alright. It's alright for men to get away with things. They can do all of this, and men don't speak up upon women. Men don't speak up upon women. So women do all this.
Mana, fica quieta, porque ela vai tentar envergonhar, não fala. Deixa ela falar. Deixa ela falar. Deixa ela falar.
Let's speak English. We're speaking English here. English viewers. Okay, go ahead, bro.
Now look at. Now here's the thing. We used to take out.
English, bro.
There she goes.
It is not our fault you are not equipped with another language like this one.
not my fault that you're not
joking. I'm
That's really
joking.
great. I love
joking.
the languages. I'm really impressed. But the problem is women used to take our L's and just move on. We would take an L. Maybe something happened in a relationship we didn't like, but now we go to the court system and take away his kids and half his assets. So my question is, what do you know about family law? What do you know about the court system?
I know quite a bit still due to the fact that my auntie is a lawyer.
What's
Thank you very much. But I don't need to.
What do you know?
But that's the thing. The same thing that you're saying. The same thing that you're saying.
It should be so easy to talk about.
The same thing that you're saying.
I'm so shocked.
So women can take all their L's and everything because men don't do that. Men don't do that. Do you know how many men go through what they go through and everything, and they don't say nothing? It's the same fucking thing. Abuse is abuse. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter who you're getting at, and you shouldn't be getting it.
What is abuse? What is abuse? What is abuse?
There's different levels.
What is it? Okay, there we go. There we go back to it.
There's
Okay.
the gaslighting, which
what's the
you've been
definition?
doing.
What's the
There's
definition?
blackmailing.
What's the definition?
There's
She's starting to talk to you,
manipulation.
probably.
What is the
There's
definition?
manipulation.
What is the definition? Well, because you don't know, but that's the problem. And this is the problem. Like, I don't know why. I don't know how you so confidently talk about something you know nothing about.
You know nothing about it. I'm the one that's gone through it.
Okay, I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example. I can give you an example.
Go on.
Okay. So I'll get one thing that most women don't know is that in family court, it's actually all determined by a judge, and it's not based on evidence. It's based on a balance of probabilities, meaning it's more likely that he did it than not based on evidence. So meaning a woman can go cry on a stand, and a judge can just say, well,
a man
she's
could do
crying.
the same thing.
No, but then why? Okay. If it was so effective for men, then why don't they do it?
But men have been getting away with ego and pride.
Okay. What percent of custody is given to men? What percent of alimony is given to men? None of it. So, and this is now she's Googling because she doesn't know. I could tell you off the top of my head. I know this is the funny thing. This is the funny thing. I just don't know. I don't know why.
No,
it's like
I told you before the show. I told you before the show. No phones.
Pearl, do you know what's crazy, right? I'll tell you for sure. A lot of the reason
she is abusive herself. I bet that's why.
Oh yeah.
Because
big old you know.
You two can have a fight after. I beg, relax now.
I mean, I'm pretty big. I don't think she'd want that.
Pearl, don't worry because she's at Golden. Yeah,
I'm an
be
athlete,
careful with that word.
I mean?
So was
don't worry, be careful. We are Africans too, so be careful.
And what?
Anyways, man,
Anyway.
You seem pleasant.
All right. Okay. Step away for 2 seconds.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, again, you guys are very emotional right now. All she's simply saying is that abuse in general, from a legal standpoint, has morphed over the years to fit an agenda.
Yeah.
And it's
no, that's not all she's saying.
Well, it's
certainly
more subjective.
That's the foundation. That's the foundation of what she's been saying.
It's certainly more subjective.
Thank you, Myron. Thank you.
Could you agree? Could you agree it's more subjective though? Could you at least agree it's more subjective in these emotional cases? Because that's where the problem lies, isn't it? It's defining it.
It's not just emotional though.
Right,
you can literally
law is subjective in nature, anyways.
And the thing is that men go through it a lot, but they just don't own up to it, and that's the maddest thing. Like,
sure,
it's crazy. A lot of guys go through this the most as well when it's emotional and mental, and they won't think it's abusive or
controversial
anything like that.
Take. Maybe it's not that pertinent.
Do you see what I'm saying? They
maybe
just take
hold on,
it.
but what about what if maybe it's not that important? It's not pertinent.
What?
But I swear Pearl just said...
It's not important.
But Pearl just said, she said that in
like,
1 in 50 Catholic divorces end in a man killing himself.
Every relationship...
Things like this men actually worry about a lot of things.
No. Well, because the court says no. Because I'll give you an example. It's not because they don't talk about it. I'll give you an example, Denalva. So one man that I interviewed, that I would not be surprised I would not be surprised if he took his own life, because the mother of his kids said he touched the child. And she never took him to criminal court.
You can say what you want, we're on Rumble.
She destroyed his reputation.
What if he did file though?
Then why didn't she go to criminal court? And because criminal court, you guys don't know the difference. That's what I'm saying. She doesn't know anything. That's the problem. Family court is not based on evidence. It doesn't put someone in jail. It's only to get resources from men. That's what family court. I'm not talking about you, but Denalva was saying that these men kill themselves in divorce court because they're not opening up about their feelings. No, it's because women are financially ruining them. They're taking after their shit. They're taking their kids and they're ruining their reputation. I've interviewed men that are homeless. Like it
can happen. I do agree. It definitely can happen.
Ex made me homeless. That's the crazy thing. That's the crazy thing.
Are you
so you go on about men, but
nobody is talking about you.
Yeah, but that's the maddest thing.
I don't really care if you get mad because
you get so much sympathy to a man.
Ladies. Hey. What she's saying, she's speaking in general, which means she's not talking about you. She's simply telling you that in the family court... Look, hold on, be quiet.
Damn.
Be quiet, man.
What the fuck, bro?
She's not talking about you. She's speaking generally. And also understand, ladies, because that's another thing too, a good point. Family court and criminal court are two different things. Mm-hmm. In criminal court, there's a way higher burden of proof. Right? I don't know what it is in the UK, but in America, I'm assuming in the UK it's very similar, right? Beyond a reasonable doubt.
No, that was
and you're
a good
judged
point.
by a jury of your peers.
I know.
But in family court, a woman can sit there and be like, oh, he touched my daughter. What proof do you have? I have like this one thing here. And they can use that and effectively destroy that guy.
No, and
because the burden of proof is way lower.
And GL, this is like a white people conversation because in my community where I come
that's
from,
not true. That's
actually
not true.
what you're saying is
I've interviewed.
it's a white people thing. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I've interviewed. That's not true. I've interviewed Pakistani men.
It's a white people thing. Trust me.
I just want to say.
Let's let it go.
I just want to say that there was quite an interesting point. I didn't know that, and I definitely do believe that there are women who play the system to their needs. Men ultimately do suffer because the default reaction of many judges and people in power are to believe people who they perceive as less powerful, which in this case are women. But that doesn't take away from the fact that there are there's a multitude of factors that constitute to abuse and lead up. If you're saying the physical part of it is what is abuse, there are loads of different factors that then ultimately contribute to that final event.
I want to ask you a question. Okay.
Yeah.
What constitutes that someone abused someone? What would you base it off of?
I would base it off of the lead up, the series of events that led to the final event.
But how would you know they happened? You would need what?
You'd need evidence.
Okay. And you only get that in what?
Doctors' reports, police reports.
But what court do you get that in?
The criminal court.
Okay, so why don't women go to it?
Women do, but they
it's
do.
like the overwhelming. It's the majority of women don't.
But a lot of the time,
the majority and
Pearl,
wait. I'm gonna tell you, and then you can go.
Fine.
The majority of police reports that are filed when it comes to rape, SA, like all of that stuff, they're not pursued. Meaning they don't have enough evidence.
Because women are emotional, which is the point that we've all been trying to make. More times than not, women are emotionally, if you've had the man's kids, you've known him since you were 17, you've grown up together, you are afraid to take that step and ultimately see him go down for that. Like she was saying,
whose fault is that?
It's the woman's fault. Fine.
Right, but
it shouldn't, it shouldn't have happened in the first place.
I'll tell you, but the problem we have in this society is we automatically believe women when women's nature is very...
I understand that.
But women's nature is very deceptive.
I understand that.
And so naturally, I don't think we should believe women. I actually think we shouldn't believe women. Because the thing is, if I really believed that someone was abusive, a criminal, all of this stuff, why wouldn't I go to criminal court?
We take into account that there's listen, relationships are multifaceted. They're not as clear cut as we are making it out to be.
Yeah.
There's so many factors at play.
But don't you agree that leads into what I'm talking about, the subjectivity? Okay.
Yeah.
When we're talking about these other forms of abuse, like coercive control, and I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but how do you define that? And how do you know it's not a subjective opinion versus it being an objective fact? That's the issue.
But then we look at the series of events that led up to the event.
But what would the series of events be? So
woman gets...
Wait. I just want to hear from her, guys, so go ahead.
No problem. Woman gets pregnant, now she's on maternity leave. She doesn't have the finances to support herself. Man gets,
But then why did she make the decision to get pregnant if she can't afford it?
Thank you. It's her fault.
No, things happen in relationships. And if you're Catholic, I'm Catholic too. A lot of Catholics do not believe in abortion. Accidents happen.
I don't believe in abortion, right?
If you are in a union.
Or having sex with a guy that you're not married to.
Yeah, let's assume because these things happen in marriages as well.
So I have an opinion that I don't know if you guys would agree with. I think women should really pay for their own kids, okay? Because I'll tell you what, it's like, okay, the average woman gets married at 30, has one, maybe two kids. You've had a decade.